The Washington Wizards have had an interesting couple of seasons in the NBA here, as at times it seemed like they were the next team to really elevate themselves towards the top of the Eastern Conference, and then other times they look really frickin' mediocre. And it starts with John Wall, who of course is one of the best point guards in the NBA, always among the top of the league when it comes to playmaking, super athletic, his ability to go up and down the floor, very good at finishing at the rim, one of the best pick and roll players in the NBA, a natural leader. And I think the evolution with John Wall has really been his ability to slow down and speed up, because when he got into the NBA, he was just a mile a minute, but now he's able to control the game at his pace much more, and he's one of the best players in the league. But once you get past John Wall, there is a bit of a drop-off. I mean, we look at Bradley Beal, his shooting guard. Bradley Beal is great when he's in the game. I mean, he's athletic, he's a natural shooter, he's shot well from three since he's been in the NBA, and there's really no reason why he should not be averaging over 20 points a game consistently. But unfortunately, injuries have been a problem for Bradley Beal for a while now. Just this previous season, the guy only played 55 games, and he only started 30 of them. And as a result, the Wizards, they went 41-41 last year. Unfortunately, not having that guy next to John Wall, it really hurts you. So first and foremost, Bradley Beal just has to be healthy for these Wizards, and hopefully he can be. And besides that, I do like the starting lineup. I mean, if you look at John Wall and Bradley Beal, if he's healthy, of course, Otto Porter had a very good season last year for the Wiz. I understand that he made the highlights for falling asleep in the corner while playing defense, but besides that, the season he put up 12 points, 5 rebounds, 47 from the field, 37 from 3, while 75% from the free throw line, playing 75 games. That's a damn good second season for Otto Porter. So if he expands on that and maybe gets himself to 14 or 15 points a game while maintaining his efficiency, that's a very good player at the small forward position for the Wizards. They acquired Markieff Morris. I do like his potential playing off of John Wall. He can be a bit of a pick and pop player. Maybe not from 3-point range, because he's never been that great of a 3-point shooter in the NBA. He hasn't been awful, but he hasn't been, necessarily go-to there either. But a nice mid-range shooter for them, I like it. And Marcin Gortat, while he's probably like a mid-tier center in the NBA, he does have a very good on-court relationship with John Wall. Their pick-and-roll game is good. He's a very good setter of screens, and he's pretty smart when it comes to finishing inside. So I like the starting five of the Wizards. And I do like the potential in the starting lineup of John Wall and Marcin Gortat pick-and-rolls, because they have such a good pick-and-roll chemistry. And then hopefully a healthy Bradley Beal and Otto Porter, as well as Markieff Morris, able to stretch the floor. I do like that foundation for the Wizards. And then also, if we can get a little creative, I think Otto Porter has potential to go to the small ball 4 position. And if we look at the head coaching, they went from Randy Whitman, who was one of the worst coaches in the league, to Scott Brooks, who, I mean, if I can be honest, I'm not huge on Scott Brooks because of his sometimes basic offense with OKC. But he's definitely an upgrade over Whitman. I mean, I think Scott Brooks, he's a nice defensive coach, and I mean, he's not going to have Bradley Beal running pick and rolls late game like Randy Whitman used to do. Like, I trust Scott Brooks is going to be able to give the ball to John Wall and know what to do with it. But if we're expecting the Wizards to have some complex Warriors-esque offensive scheme, I don't think we can expect that, but I do expect some improvement just from Scott Brooks being the head coach. And then if we get to the second unit of the Wiz, I'm going to admit, I'm not in love with the bench. I mean, if we look at Kelly Oubre Jr., he didn't do anything in his rookie year. He's also not good defensively. Do I think he can maybe give you a contribution of 10 to 15 minutes a game? Probably. If he can work on the outside shot, maybe more, but as of right now, that's what he is. Marcus Thornton is interesting. He has been a shooter in the past. He's had stints with the Celtics as well as the Brooklyn Nets where he shot around 40% from 3. Hopefully just being on a team to start the year and not getting moved midway through the season, hopefully Marcus Thornton can be a consistent shooter for the Wizards, because at his best, he's a real shooter off the bench for you. And if Marcus Thornton proves to be a real shooter for them, they could roll with a smaller lineup of John Wall, Bradley Beal, Marcus Thornton, Otto Porter, 4 athletes who can be on the floor for them. Now, it should be noted, Markieff Morris, he's pretty damn athletic for the 4 spot, so he always gives you that bit of athleticism, but you could speed yourself up a little bit more by having Otto Porter at the 4. There are a couple more names. Ian Mahinmi, nice solid center, and then also Andrew Nicholson, who last season for Orlando in about 15 minutes a game at the power forward / small forward spot, put up about 7 points per game, 4 rebounds. He shot 47 from the field, and he also shot 36% from 3, while taking about 2 3-pointers a game, so I think he could actually be a pretty nice role player for the Wizards, and who knows, maybe he'll become their 6th man. So there is also Trey Burke, who, well, he hasn't been that good since he entered the NBA. Maybe he'll be alright off the bench for them. But I do think the Wizards' second unit has some potential. There are some questions, though. Which Marcus Thornton are you going to get? Is Kelly Oubre going to take a jump? But I do definitely like Andrew Nicholson and Ian Mahinmi off the bench for the Wizards. So overall, I think if Bradley Beal is healthy and he can put in a full 80-game season, on top of what John Wall keeps on doing, if Markieff Morris builds some more chemistry with this team, I think the Wizards could definitely get themselves to 44, 45 wins. If the second unit really surprises, perhaps more than that. But so much of this is riding on Bradley Beal's health, which has not been that great since he entered the league. So as a result, it's kind of tough to pick. Like, if he plays a full season, they're definitely making the postseason and could perhaps be a mid-tier seed in the Eastern Conference. If Bradley Beal's not healthy, they might miss the postseason altogether again, so that's what it is with the Wizards. Okay, this time I don't have a full gameplay with Junkrat, but I do have this highlight, and this might be amazing or it might be crap. It all depends on if I actually escaped the Diva ult right there, or if me jumping doesn't actually matter because I was so far away that the ult wouldn't have killed me anyway. I don't know.